Had a nice surprise in the early morning when a sub-adult golden eagle flew over my head. It had a bit of a problem later on when a buzzard decided to chase it off. And some sort of dispute there going on. I'm quite fortunate to see eagles when I go out, but it does require a wee bit of hard work and a lot of travelling and good observation. And just look at the size of the bird. I think this is a female with the length of the wing to body, and you compare it to the size of the fence posts, which are about 3 foot. So the bird's at least 36 inches long, which is in the category for a female. The white tail, the white banding on the tail, is still present. The wing spots have gone, which might indicate this is a 2 to 3 year old bird, and later it had an encounter with another, I think more of a resident male eagle that I've seen in the past. So there's a wee bit of a territorial dispute going on, I think, when another bird comes in, because there's a shortage of prey at the moment. There are no mountain hare. I think a lot of the mountain hare have come down with a rabbit disease, hemorrhagic fever, hemorrhagic disease, and that can be passed on to hares. I've noticed this for a couple of years now, the lack of mountain hares up here. And if you come up the Glen on the road, there are no dead rabbits. And I think the rabbits have really been hit hard. And it's obvious by the amount of young birch trees that have come up over the hillside. So some of the young tree growth is getting a chance. At this point, I'm always annoyed when we have stories of peatland restoration. Nature will take care of peatland restoration. Here's a classic example of a peat clough that's damming itself. It's formed a wee dam. It's full of sphagnum porridge, which is the stuff of future peat deposits. It doesn't need somebody to dump boulders and make barriers. It'll do it itself. I watched a video of the Cairngorm National Park dumping boulders in a clough to create the blockage. It's not necessary. Nature will do it, but it takes time. As you can see, there are grasses and sedges that will migrate into the peat, stabilise it, and form new moorland. It takes time. And this poor vapour moth was stranded in this pond, and it's missing a front leg, poor thing. But I think it would have died if it hadn't. It flew off eventually, and excuse my painty fingers. Some of the paint I use doesn't wash off very readily. I had this golden eagle calling out. It's strange to hear them. So there's lots going on with the golden eagles today, young ones. I decided to try and find out why it was circling this area, but I couldn't find anything, couldn't find another bird. Why would it be calling? I did see the satellite tag shining in the sunlight. It's a cruel practice, a totally cruel and unnecessary practice nowadays. It does not need to happen. I had something to eat, and then 2 eagles had a wee dispute over the hill. I heard them calling just after the deer sort of ran off. I'm not sure what was going on. September, October seems to be a time when if the keepers are out stalking, and they leave Gralach. I think quite a few eagles come into this area from round about to feed on the Gralach. So a few disputes start up. There's not that many grouse nowadays, so to see a grouse it's becoming quite rare, I think. It's unusual to come across an emperor moth caterpillar, a lovely green chunky caterpillar with black stripes and white dots that look similar to the heather flower. And later on I came across the vapour moths, males seeking flightless females that look like grubs, and they lay their eggs on the pupal cocoon in the sedges and grasses. Well, our golden eagles made another appearance, and they're still doing a bit of jiggery pokery and horseplay together. I think the one that landed is the one we saw before. It looks like a female bird with more of a white tail. The other one is a bird that's been here for quite a while, a young bird. It's maybe in its third year, going on its fourth year. The white tail is not indicative of when they breed. Some of the ones are breeding with still remnants of the white tail, even though they've lost their white wing spots. There's no satellite tag on this one, so in total today I saw 4 golden eagles. Not quite sure if this is a tiger moth. There's so many different types of moth caterpillars, but I still enjoy having a wee sit down to have a sketch in pastels. It brings back memories when I was a young lad and going out with another artist, Norman Christie from Fettercairn. We used to go out every Sunday and do some watercolours, so it brings back memories, and it's a contact with nature again, a bit traditional and academic, but it's in total contrast to the work I do in my studio, but I do enjoy it.